All right, we believe that we're getting started here. Excellent. Are we still in the same formation? Yeah, we're good. All right. Hopefully OBS doesn't crash again. I forgot to reload when I started. This is Generic Fantasy Adventure, a D&D 5e Adventure Season 2, Episode 15. There is a high probability that this episode will be slightly to somewhat shorter than normal. And that the next episode will be a dragon fight. Following that episode, assuming everyone is alive, which is a real big assumption this time around, and that the whole party, or at least some of them, survive and manage to get away, the final arc of this season will be some form of oh my gosh, I literally have the book open in front of me. I can't read. Matt Koval's Strongholds and Followers. It's literally open. Screw over there. I'm like, what does that say? Where we will finally see the benefits and drawbacks of everything we spent all season building up back in Dragonhold. It is my recollection that last episode we alerted a mage, Malik the Vermilion, by asking some incredibly pointed questions and going fairly deep down a rabbit hole of state secrets in order to head off any alarm bells that he might be alarming. You decided to just go all in with Dr. Lansky and his crew on finding the Archmage Janine. You learned some pretty interesting stuff during that conversation and have set out in the capital to hunt for the location of the Black Dragon Ortholax's lair. I have written here Team Gothrix goes full ham on medical science, but I'm afraid I don't know what that means. So I'm going with the note I made further up that says, Kithrix and Godric follow the stench of decay to attempt to locate a draconic center point. But in fact, the first scene is not the two of them locating any draconic center points. The first scene is we are looking at Kithrix and Godric from a dark alleyway where we hear, don't look at me! Don't look at me! In Sparky's voice.
Are you okay there?
Don't look at me!
A little
It's
emo
okay.
boy is all growing up.
Come here, what's wrong?
You hear sounds that are like creaking, and it's like the sound of a clay roof tile falling, or like that, but like raindrops on a clay roof.
Do you need a moment, bud, or?
Don't come here. Not now. Not like this.
I like keeping my back to Sparky. I just kind of like hold up my cape to like block off the alleyway so no one passing by can see him.
Yeah, that's just to the general people. There's nothing to see here. It's okay. He's all right.
Yeah, like someone passing by. You're in the noble district, a receding noble district, a degentrifying noble district. So you see someone walk by with like a cane, a monocle, a pocket watch that he has pulled out. He looks down at it and says, "Oh my, I didn't realize day drinking was a thing now."
It was the fish. If you eat at Joe's, don't get the fish.
Joe's? Imagine eating at a restaurant named after a person. He says all that while walking, and he just keeps walking. You can feel a tug at your cape, and he says, "Give me the cape. Give me this. Give me it." It's like a dog trying to take something from you. Like his mouth is on it. He's trying to pull it.
No, it's my cape. Just get over it.
Give it to me. I need it.
No, it's mine.
Give me your blanket. Give me your blanket.
Okay, I'll give you a blanket. As he starts like doing that cat vomit, I'm like holding the blanket back.
Okay. You're giving him a blanket?
After he's done vomiting.
Yeah.
As
Makes
long as he's not
vomiting
doing the
sounds,
cat
but
thing,
you haven't heard anything coming out of his mouth.
that's the worst.
So
Nothing
my
gets you out
question
of bed
is,
faster than that sound.
are either of you attempting to look at Sparky at this moment?
No, he said not to look at him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, you know, you're looking over there with concern, but not you know, sort of like looking away while I'm trying to make sure you're okay there, you know. But the same token, I think that, you know, I'm happy to try and wait till he comes out.
Okay. It takes about another 30 seconds of this before the vomiting and the clay sounds stop. And then after about a minute and a half of some shuffling noises, what you get is Sparky, now with pure glimmering gold scales, is much larger, easily large enough to be rode by Kithrix. Probably like almost horse-sized dragon, like a Komodo dragon, but further up off, like a Komodo dragon that got a lift kit, essentially. So it didn't really bump the tail along the road. Full gold scales, has the blanket tied around their neck, and it looks like you can see the peeking of Sparky's original scales peeking out of the blanket. Like they have it tied like here, and then like the blanket behind them is like a bulge behind their neck filled with their own excess scales.
Everything good? You look good.
Yeah, thanks. Just, you know, you know, nothing happened back there.
Looks like nothing happened back there.
Yeah, nothing did happen back there. Sparky is now bigger than you, and he doesn't just slither past you. He shoulder checks you when he says nothing happened back there. You're like, nothing happened. And he's like, yeah, that's right, nothing did happen back there. Shoulder check, like gym guy at a jock at school pushing you into a locker to push past you, sort of deal.
I absolutely offer resistance to that shoulder check.
Okay, you easily defeat him. He's big, but he's not stronger than you.
I think they're the same strength, actually. They're both strength 16.
Okay, well, he can teleport, so I'm going to give him the edge on this one.
Hey, your wings are looking a lot more muscly. You think maybe I know you've been trying to get off the ground for a while now. Is this going to be what you need?
I don't know. Does this character sheet say he can fly now?
Yes, okay. He has a fly speed now. Yes. Yeah.
I've flown before. This would be nothing new for me. But yes, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day, that I could spread my wings and fly away.
No.
I believe I can soar. It should be noted, though, that I don't need to flap these bad boys. It's magically generated.
Couldn't fly through a door anyway. Not even an open one.
Are you okay to keep going, or you don't need to stop and rest or something?
I mean, nothing happened.
Okay.
I'm good. Are you guys good?
I look at Godric and shrug.
Okay,
Yes.
shrug back.
Okay.
There's a immediate, like, there's not a ton of people back here, but walking with a shimmering gold dragon that's, you know, rideable size through town is immediately noticeable. Whatever enchantment Sparky has had so far that has not been drawing attention seems to have fully dissipated. People are just like, there's a dragon in the town, and somebody's just like, my God, is that a bad dragon? Someone should call the Dragonites. And someone else is just like, I don't know. Are the metal ones bad, or is it the color ones bad? And somebody's just like, metals are colors. And they're like, that's true. Metallic is a sort of coloration. And so, like, two old men standing outside of a salon, and by salon I don't mean like nail salon, like you get some gin and talk about important philosophy of the day, Salon, are just standing there debating whether they should contact constabulary based on the color of the scales. And one of them's just like, hold on, we should consider the racial aspect here. Would it be right for us to target him specifically because of the color of his scales and not the content of his character?
I will call out. 1, we are Dragon Knights. 2, he's a hero. 3, Metallica's a luster.
Oh, all right. Make a persuasion check. The persuasion check is only to convince them he's a hero.
Okay, no worries.
Oh,
They,
Those,
the second one,
no, roll perception. Sorry, not perception. Okay, so it's only 9 then. Sorry, with my persuasion. Okay.
all right. You hear someone call back. It just says, I don't know what a luster is. I'm not an artiste. I have money.
Right. Let's make ourselves
I
scarce.
apologize to all artists.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Let's go ahead and
Yeah.
let's skedaddle.
Hey, one of my friends who writes role-playing games says if you're good at writing role-playing games, you can make literally dozens of dollars.
got him.
Okay. I will need a medicine check from both of you.
All right.
Let's roll Blades in the Dark money, huh?
I was gonna say, can I guidance myself?
I was going to ask the same
I
question.
don't think so, because this check takes place over a long... It's not like
Okay, it's
one
an extended
check.
check.
Yes, it's extended.
Okay, so normal medicine check.
Oh,
For the folks at home, that was a natural 20. Just in case you didn't recognize that noise.
Or the sheesh.
I'm sure they recognize the sheesh, but you can sheesh when someone rolls 2 1s in a row, and you're like, sheesh.
No,
I just want to make sure the game recognizes game.
it's more of a oof.
They don't do that when the bad guy rolls 2 natural ones.
Or
Citrix,
sheesh.
obviously your attention is distracted by how shiny and important your dragon friend is now. Sparky appears to be composing it's not clear if it's a song or a poem called My Dragon Friend out loud. That is solely about how lucky a anonymous person that is almost certainly Kithrix is to have a dragon friend. And the person who is singing the song is talking about all of the dragon's good points and how shiny their new golden scales are and their wings. And so it's Sparky writing. I mean, look, Sparky's been listening to Gwyneria write hate songs about other people and is now composing an anonymous help song to be sung about himself.
okay.
So that has distracted you, unfortunately.
Yes.
Godric, you're taking a look at the area. You're starting to see patterns of density in like vermin. At first, it's like flies. You're picking up places where trash has not been picked up from houses, and you start making your way through. It's not even a grid, like it's like London, where streets just go back on themselves. Things are in like circles. It's just a madhouse trying to get anywhere. But you eventually find your way outside of a estate at the edge of the capital. Like it's so deep within other estates. It's probably several minutes walking to get to another estate. But the road that runs on it is still a public road within the walls of the capital. And you can see that this particular estate like has water damage at the outside of the base where the whole estate is sinking into the ground. it's probably at least like 3 or 4 inches into the ground right now. The ground is muddy and murky. The trees appear to, like, there's a recently planted batch of mangroves that are being shaped into lawn ornamentation that appear quite new. It's definitely being swampified quite heavily at this particular estate. And when you arrive, like, a butler exits the house and begins walking down the short stone pathway to the public road towards the 3 of you.
Okay. See, this is I pointed out to Ithrix and say, see, this is why you don't build mansions in a swamp. They just sink right into the ground.
I see you've been to Washington, D.C., yeah. I see you've been to Chicago, yeah.
So he's approaching us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What does this guy look like? Is he just like you said he's like a butler?
Yeah, so it's a dark-skinned man with like a very close but not fully gone shave of black hair, tight curls on his head. The opposite of warm eyes. Wherever something that would look like the light of joy or a soul would appear, there is instead nothing. The traditional butling coat with the split coattail at the back, starch white shirt, kid gloves. Unusually, sort of like waiter boots rather than like dress shoes. He is approaching the 2 of you with a silver tray with a card on it.
Before he's in earshot, I want to ask Sparky if this guy has like obvious signs of like any signs of dragon corruption.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. You rolled a 25 with a natural 20. You don't need to ask Sparky that question.
Okay.
This gentleman does not have any signs of dragon corruption.
Oh, he's just been worked into a joyless state. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. We're still like outside the estate, like proper, right?
You're just along the road outside.
Okay.
But hold on a second. Is this the estate of the what's it called? The Black Dragon, or is this
You're not sure. This is the center
This is the
point of
biggest
the swampification of the capital.
Okay. All right.
I feel like we can safely assume that this is probably where he's at. If this is like the focal point of his corruption.
Like he's coming towards us. Do we walk on, or do we like stop and be confronted by the butler?
I mean, I'm not going to walk onto the property.
No, but I mean to walk on,
no.
as in go away. Do we keep moving?
I mean, we can. I say
He's
we
almost
walk
here,
like
quick.
25 feet and see if he alters direction to meet us.
All right. So
He's
we start
walking
to
down
walk
a
away.
path to the road. There's, you know, like he'd have to go off road too.
All right. So we start to like walk away, like we don't care about this guy at all.
Mm-hmm.
He loudly clears his throat and says, "Excuse me, excuse me."
Sorry, us?
Yes, you, the only people inside. Yes.
Can I help you?
You in need in some adventures?
My master has instructed me when I saw the 3 of you approaching to attend you with this card which he has written for you.
All right. Maybe just like hold it up and we'll have a look at it.
You seem awfully skittish. I will approach you and you can take the card from the tray.
Should we take something that we were getting offered by the dragon? Is that like Sparky? Is that a problem?
Sparky is just like, does it seem to have monetary value? Sorry, does it seem to have monetary value?
I look at the card.
It's blank on the top side.
Yeah. What if it's like an IOU?
That would be the opposite, though. If he handed you an IOU, that would mean he owes you something.
Okay, all right. All right.
He could give you an invoice.
I very tentatively reach for it and
Okay.
pick it up, flip it over.
It reads, welcome, masters and madams and nameless elder. It would seem that time for our encounter draws near. I am here in the city and will be present at this residence tomorrow at noon. Should you wish to engage in a bout of duels?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the note.
I was told there would be a reply.
Can we send like a runner, because we are not the entirety of our group and couldn't possibly give a direct reply without discussing it with the others. Can I send someone to bring a message back this afternoon?
Very well.
I will offer him a gold coin.
He doesn't take it and simply pivots and leaves back
Right,
into
I'll
the
offer
manor.
the gold coin to Sparky instead then.
Sparky eats it immediately.
Right.
Famished.
So, what do you make? Do you feel like this is a trap?
I mean, I think that he knows we're here. He knows what we intend.
I don't like the verbiage he used of series of duels.
Well, we already know that he's going to try and use the mind affecting powers to bring us onto his side.
Mm-hmm.
I think that fighting a dragon in their lair is always a challenge, but we have to ask ourselves, if we don't agree to this, what other way are they going to come at us?
We fought the last dragon in their lair, but we had a chance to set up for that first.
Yeah,
Yes, that's because.
Right, we need to go back and speak to the others.
Where is he?
yeah, we definitely need to have more minds on this.
We cut back to Team Guanera. The two of you are taking a victory lap after dunking on a paladin who was hunting Tanira for her blasphemous crimes. As you are making that slow post, don't want to say you're on a bar crawl, but Tanira may be on a bar crawl, so don't let me. You are noticing some posters up that are being hung as you walk past that have very recent, in the clothes Tanira is currently wearing, extremely recent, very good depictions of Tanira, and it's very Harry Potterish, like it does Tanira scowling at you, and like the painting moves on the poster. It is offering 5,000 for a reward for a arsonist and a criminal of a non-empire approved religion doing ceremonies outside of secular and non-secular law.
Oh dear.
Think I
Okay,
should get
Tanira.
close.
You change your cloak.
Am I the only person on that freaking poster?
I mean, it's a poster of you. The poster turns like the guy is finishing like pasting it to the wall as like the last corner goes up, and like the you and the poster turns and scowls at you, and it's just like and then like flexes.
I'm gonna keep walking away from that guy.
But
Pasting the poster.
I think we need to get you a disguise. I have a kit for that. Would you like some help, Tanira? I mean,
Yes, please. Get me out
Yeah.
of
Okay.
this.
We need a quiet place somewhere. Quick.
all right, let me ask, what are you disguising Nira as?
We've got an unused dog disguise. Just saying.
What else do you have?
No. We can do anything you want.
First off, that dog disguise was for a small dragon, so there's 0% chance that you could fit in it.
It'll fit on my head.
Well, we have to. Was it a color or a black and sepia poster?
Color?
Okay.
That's bad.
So we need to.
I'm assuming
change
you
it.
have like more bard clothes that I could just wear.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Let's definitely do that.
Yes, I mean,
Something flowy that's not too restricting, so it's different from what I usually wear.
yes. Well, I have some of my performance items, costume parts. We can go with that. You change your cloak, make it kind of fancy. The whole idea is if we do this right, you can stand out, and no one would know. Get it? You look like you fit in rather than you look like the poster. So
Right.
no scowling. No scowling.
If we do come by another poster, I do want one.
Oh, okay.
Take
I
it
will.
off the wall.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to find a quiet place, and we need a little bit of time to fix this up. So we will,
Do the thing.
we could tint and eyeshadow, and we can your hood up for and
Yeah.
yes,
I can change
these-
my cape to something a little bit more less, obscuring my face kind of thing.
yes.
Make a disguise kit proficiency check. Do you have proficiency in disguise kit?
Find
Don't
out
look
in a
at
second.
me weird on that one. That's a really
She's never
reasonable
had to use it
question.
I've never had to use it. I've always been.
Check your tool proficiencies and see if disguise kit is one of them. Tool proficiencies are lute, shaman, hand drum. So you will not get to add
Oh,
proficiency to this. You will simply be rolling a flat charisma check.
With my aid to give you no bonus.
Do you hold on before you get help? Do you have disguise kit proficiency?
I seriously doubt it.
So I'm not going to allow a help action on this one. You have no idea what you're doing.
so I clicked on it, and I can use disguise kit. So do I
Okay.
just click use disguise
Sure.
kit?
Yeah.
I'll just remove your proficiency bonus from the file
It
number.
won't add it anyway. It
Oh,
knows.
okay. All right, go ahead.
It knows.
It says you're half proficient. Don't know what that means.
Yes.
Well, you think you could just get by coasting through life with big numbers on the dice, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Not where I come from, bucko.
Not
Charm
every day
and
she gets to use
personality can get you a long way. That's if you just know how to use the correct
it. Yeah.
parlance, then you can create.
That hard proficiency comes from Bard's Jack of all trades, by the way, Arthur.
Son of
Yeah.
a bitch. Goddamn bards. Who do they think they are? Half of a rogue?
Yes, the good half.
All
Okay,
right.
it's the bad half, but whatever.
You're wildly successful for your first time using a disguise kit.
Mhm.
For real. Maybe you've practiced with it, but this is when it really matters.
While she's doing this, I'm discussing with her like how somebody could know my background and kind of maybe that Ortholax might have some influence in the city and know a little bit about each of us since they did attack, your family.
You're
And now
not
they
sure
have my
this is
picture.
Ortholax.
I mean, that's just my guess.
Okay.
Who else would know?
A paladin that just hunted you down.
Besides him.
Now, do we need to have a talk about what this poster is?
I mean, I think
Listening
you've already
at-
seen what this poster is about
Yes,
many times.
arson.
Yes.
Yes. Did you burn down some?
You've
Mhm.
seen it before, so yes.
I've
Yes, I
seen
have.
those visions of it. Yes, but I'm just asking you, who then would come from that region? And
I honestly don't know. I have no idea. I thought one that knew me in my previous life was in that village, but apparently not.
No. You wanted revenge, and now someone wants revenge against you. So we'll have to definitely keep an eye on things. So, what's your new name?
I don't know. I've never. Do you have one in mind? Maybe from your stories.
Let me see. Stories. Tales of great combats. Monks of Ishtal. Sasha.
Sasha works for me.
There we go. Yes. Sasha of the Iron Fist. It's not an empire tale.
Sasha the Bold, maybe? So maybe a little less monk?
Yes, Sasha the Bold, sure.
Perfect. Let's get out of here.
All right. We need to find our friends. Where do we... I guess we just kind of follow our way to the swampy part. We'll probably run into them.
Okay. Make a survival check.
Both or one?
Whoever is leading this party.
No.
Fuck!
Oh!
We get the from above mini map view of you guys narrowly missing the other party like 3 times at intersections.
Oh!
Is it like the Indiana Jones red line across the map sort of thing?
We're gonna cut back to the other party then. You are back at the gates of the city. You can see that Virginia and Tad are here. They appear to have completed their we're going to fake buy a townhouse, so let's figure out where Ortholax's manor is. Lansky and Akanja are also here. They are both in disguise. They appear to be in disguise as some sort of like religious converts, wearing robes of one of the Empire's many gods. Akanja has shaved her head, and Lansky appears to be wearing some sort of religious hat. I can't tell if Andrew's sneezing or trying to figure out what a religious hat is.
My first thought was like Pope hat.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
But then I started
yarmulke,
working my way down
but
the clergy. It's like cardinal, bishops. How tall are
he's
we
definitely not wearing a pontifex hat for sure. It's just a little like yarmulke.
talking? Okay. I mean, are they good disguises, or are they like...
You recognize them, but you also know them.
Yeah.
And they're standing near Virginia and Tad, which makes it pretty easy. Are they good disguises? No.
I was going to say, do you want Dr. Lansky to roll on disguise kit?
I don't need to. He doesn't have disguise kit proficiency.
Yeah, he's not
Unsurprisingly.
Oh,
I'm sorry. He does have disguise kit proficiency. You're right,
Maybe.
because he made the dog disguise as well.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to roll. It's good disguise.
Okay.
I would hate to let the dice ruin my story.
Yeah, that would be a bummer.
Well, if you don't like it, you should choose abilities that don't make you roll dice, like being a wizard. Make other people roll the dice.
Next time. So we're all come up to there, or they get there first? Or...
Oh, you guys are still out looking for the
that's
other
what I
group.
figured.
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys seen Scenaria and Guineria?
So Taz's just like, sorry, young lady. I'm afraid that my lady and I have not seen. First off, we don't know who you are. You look very poor.
I wanna do a medicine check to see if he had a stroke.
I mean, you get the idea that his deception is quite bad.
Yeah.
Intentional.
Virginia uses a large fan to cover her face and says, perhaps we should consider having this conversation outside the city gates, where all of us are encamped as we are travelers who are not able to secure proper lodgings within the city at short notice, which is the cover store we're going with.
That's a fair suggestion. All right.
Maybe don't
We
announce
should-
in the middle of the town that this is a cover story.
I said
Yeah, we
it
should
under
behind the
my
fan.
breath with the fan.
Yes. All right.
I know this
Come on.
might surprise you, Master Dwarf, but our group has done a deception or two in our time. As soon as you exit the town, two things happen. First, the guards are just like, is that a dragon walking out of the town? Number two is Lansky and Virginia both separate to like if you're walking in a line, they're on opposite ends of the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's keep our thoughts to ourselves until we are well out of, earshot of the gates.
Till we get fully back to camp
Okay,
and have privacy.
we're gonna cut back to Team Guinera. It's been over 2 hours. You keep hearing reports that they were here, they were there. You're asking about Sparky, but all you hear about is this medium-sized gold dragon. Sometimes the color is wrong. Like sometimes they're like, "Oh yeah, it was like a yellow dragon." Somebody else is just like, I heard that the color doesn't matter. That was a metallic luster, not a color, good sir." Imagine not knowing that gold coloration is a luster.
This damn city's too big.
Let's leave. If we go back to camp, they'll find us.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm sick of it in here anyway. It's too swampy.
Yes, it's getting dark eventually.
Yes. And you know what lives in swamps? Trolls. And I do not wish to suffer the company of trolls any longer.
Take a private message, Arthur, on Discord.
A private message on Discord. All right.
Wow.
Why would you be sending me a private message on Discord?
Uh-oh.
Sheesh. All right. All right. You send a private message on the sending stone. You get an immediate answer back. Who is this? I don't recognize your voice.
Well, okay, I guess we went 24 hours later before we can do any more with it. So,
For you, it sounded like the unnamed dragon that's hiding out in the dojo. The stone is supposed to be with Lucy and San Sherrod, but you haven't heard from it.
I thought we had one each for the topaz and the amethyst dragons.
I think it was you had one for Lucian, and one of the dragons has repeatedly stolen it, and no one has contacted home in a while to figure out who has the stone. And you have just found out that the dragon has it.
I thought we had two sets. Sorry.
You have a set that you have given Lansky, and you have a set that you have for your own team.
Yeah.
And the one that goes home.
Yeah. So we have one internal to our team then.
Yes, I believe you do.
Okay,
right?
well I'll just use that then. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who has the other one.
I do.
Okay. Then
Right.
you get another message.
What does it say?
We've got it. We're with Lansky outside of town in the camp. When you're free.
See, we just know things. They're outside the town. We should go to them.
Okay. Yes, Sasha, let's.
Yes, that is my name. That I will write down.
Walking montage. Whistle a happy tune.
You all meet up.
Find anything good?
Yeah, we found the layer.
Yeah, and he found us.
Ah,
I'll show them the note.
I mean, we could believe that he already knew we were here to begin with. He probably has a lot of money and a lot of networks of spies.
So everything I'm telling them, I'm telling Lansky's group too. So I'll
Yep.
show them the note as well, so they know what's
Sure.
going on.
All right. I mean, listen, I'm going to be fair with you. You get a vibe from Lance's group that's like, all right, mission accomplished. Our part here is done. We are not going to fight a dragon in its own lair. We were not paid for that. That's no part of the contract. Our job was to help you get the woman and to help find the dragon, and that is donezo.
Okay.
Yeah.
We would never ask you to. Even though it could
Just to be
save the
clear,
entire
none of them
city.
are saying that. Some of them are whispering at each other and pointing, but just the vibe in general, the body language is like, we're not going into this place with you.
Kethrix and I can both read lips, so.
Okay, fine. You do get the full.
Oh, we're horrible to you, Arthur. I'm very sorry.
You know, this reminds me of when people say that players should never interrupt a villain who's monologuing because that's a GM saying goodbye to their NPC. You know,
Yeah,
That's deep. That's deep.
players
Yep.
bully their game master.
Yep. My group in my personal game was actually really nice about it the last session. They let me have my monologue.
Okay.
And then they promptly ran away from the villain and avoided the boss fight.
Ah, yes, of course.
Oh,
check this out. And I take out the poster and I was like, don't I look cool?
Sorry, did you steal a poster?
No.
I don't.
Betty was. You said you were taking the next one you came across.
It was
We've
very
been wandering
shitty
for 2
deception.
hours.
Okay.
If I
all right,
destroy
so-
it, does that count? Are we good?
As
if I
what?
destroy it?
That's what?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just
Am I
didn't know
sick?
that you. I didn't know that you stole a poster. It just felt weird that you pulled one out.
I mean, is there a reward offered?
Yeah, 5,000
Yeah.
gold pieces.
All right, so I don't think they had your permission to use your likeness for commercial purposes. So-
Exactly. They stole me before I stole them.
Yes. So
That's-
Tanira is off on vacation.
So
technically.
it cancels out, right?
That's a good disguise, by the way.
Thank you. Quiniria did an amazing job with it.
Performer's trade. Do you know?
I feel like I should have an instrument though to,
We'll get you a lute.
Look, I
And then
don't
you
want
can
to put
kabong someone on the head with it if you.
Yes.
I don't want to put Lancey's group in any more danger. They've already helped us get this far, so
I think we thank them for their service and wish them well.
Especially if Orthodox is watching us, and then that puts them in immediate harm too. So I'd like, are you? I mean, for the purposes of a conjure, I mean, we are going to go and deal with this. So
Yes, they wanted part of the
you've
loot.
already helped the empire. You've already helped the capital by helping us get to this point. So
Akanja holds her rifle at like port arms and says, "Look, we've got our own things to deal with, and I want to make sure this dragon goes down. If we don't hear from you in the next couple of days and learn that the capital is free, when we're done delivering this object, we'll come back and we'll bring everybody."
Don't you think it would be smarter to help us now? Then you can get the dragon's gold after we're done with it.
She turns and looks back at her team and says, "I do think that would be smarter, but you've punched me in the head at least twice, so I literally cannot trust you to stand beside me."
I mean, when it comes to you
No, don't
versus
try to
punching
explain.
a dragon,
Don't. Just.
I'd rather punch the dragon.
Just
so
don't.
I think it'd be safer.
She turns and walks away.
Oh, Sasha.
I tried.
Go, Sassy.
I'm gonna go to Dr. Lansky.
Sorry, sassy that someone doesn't want to fight beside their violent abuser?
She was talking shit, so she got hit. Don't talk shit.
You knocked her out before she even said. You didn't even know her name when you beat her ass the first time.
I mean,
I didn't say
They
Concha is sassy. I
were
said
hiding.
Sasha is
Oh my
sassy.
God.
I'm using the new name.
Oh my god!
they were hiding. Not my fault.
Not my
It doesn't
fault.
matter. It doesn't
That's
matter.
Andrew,
You
what do
should
you
stop.
have? Let's go sideways.
Um, I want to approach Dr. Lansky himself, and like I think Godric is offering him like a really sincere like thank you for the help so far.
He offers to shake your hand.
I like
Watch out! He's gonna plane shift you.
yeah, I like look at it for a moment and have flashbacks, and then I'll shake his hand. And I'm gonna slide him a tip of like 200 gold and tell him that like when it's safe, you guys can like buy some horses or whatever on me, like just something to help you guys out. Think of it as a tip.
Okay.
Maybe a cooling potion for that sick burn.
Speaking of, I have 12 healing potions. How do we want to split them up before we go in there?
3 apiece.
Oh, there's four. There's 5 of us. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. 3 apiece.
Sparky indicates that he doesn't have hands in a traditional sense, and that throwing an entire potion bottle into his maw may cause more damage than it solves. That said, interestingly enough, potions work no matter what size you are. They're just whatever it's called. The prescription on the potion works whether you are a tiny creature or a gargantuan one. So
What's the dice on the potions?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
I'm gonna keep 2 for myself, and then you guys can split the other 10. However,
I want to note that the other group is looking at a really weird blanket wrapped around Sparky's neck that very obviously has his old scales in them.
Keep walking. Those are ours.
Well, the Sparkies, I think.
I mean, yes. Sparkies. What is it?
Sparky, you are looking quite fantastic, I must say.
Very magical.
I always look fantastic.
Mm-hmm. But especially so. I mean, just radiant. Oh,
Thank you.
Color looks really good on you.
Well, I'm sure that my partner will change the color at any given time, so don't get used to it.
I won't.
I will take 3 healing potions.
I will take 4.
All right, so that's 3 on my side then.
Yeah.
You can tell that Sparky actually is feeling pretty good about all these compliments and is, I mean, it's not tsundere, but he's just kind of basking in it without really saying anything about it.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll happily sip to Sparky.
I'm gonna ask Sparky if he wants me to try to like get some raw materials and make him something like I don't know, like a chainmail cloak or something, even if it's just for looks, not function.
I wouldn't want anything that would interfere with my wings.
Okay, I just didn't know if you wanted something better than the blanket.
What I need is a bag of holding.
I'm not giving you my bag of holding.
I did say I wanted your bag of holding, but
Okay.
if you offer it, I'll take it.
I just said I'm not offering my bag of holding.
Are you sure you don't want to give me the bag of holding? Think of the benefits that you could receive.
Think of the benefits I already received.
Hmm.
I'll give
Keeping
him
the
my bag of holding.
Sorry, did you say you are giving Sparky the bag of holding?
Sure. I don't
Okay.
really have anything much in it
All right.
that I don't already have on me.
Sparky takes all of the scales, dumps them in there, gives the towel back to you, and then begins vomiting coins into the bag, and then says, does anyone have a leather strap so that I can tie the bag around my neck where it is like a chain?
I'm sure I've got something in my kit.
We make it
I
happen.
think I got some rope I can give him.
Oh, I didn't want to carry those coins inside for too long, you know. I can only digest so many at a time. Been feeling pretty heavy lately, honestly.
Because we keep feeding him coins?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna take the last.
Fari hasn't had a hoard that he could keep. You know, like you've been mobile for so long.
Yeah, I mean he's got the
in the bag of
he's got the thing above the throne in Dragonhold.
Are you in Dragonhold?
No, exactly. I'm just saying we're not, but he has got a space for a hoard when he can dump it there. So
exactly.
I'm gonna take the last piece of the coin cake and put it in his hoard bag.
Okay. Is this the one that contains the coin? He's been unlucky.
He's gotten every other piece except for the one that has the coin.
That's right, yeah.
So this one has to be the one that has the coin in it.
He's the world's best Russian roulette player.
Okay. That makes me want to not eat it, just in case you tell me the coin isn't in there and this has all been an elaborate troll against Sparky.
No, he's literally got this the only piece of the cake left.
Yes, but if you didn't put one in, the last piece of the cake won't have one in there. You understand?
I when I said I made the cake, I took one coin out of my inventory. So there is at least one gold coin in there.
So this feels like a good time to transition to a break before you start making plans. Very well. We'll be back for the middle part, or maybe the end part when we return, or not return, depending on how time flows. Now, James, I assume, didn't write the My Dragon Friend song.
Oh, of course not.
But it should be noted that my thought was that it was based off of the My Dragon Friend song from Gallivant, where a man makes friend with a lizard who he insists is a dragon when it is clearly a hand-sized lizard.
Like all AI artists, the only claim I can make is I wrote the prompt.
I feel like you just slammed on AI artists, which I highly approve of, so let's go. I have seen some, like, I am a master at prompt, you know, it allows me to shape the craft of what I'm getting, and I'm just like,
phenomenal cosmic power.
It mostly feels like someone bragging about being good at their job of making Excel spreadsheets, really. Just like,
pretty much.
Man, I'm so good at pivot tables.
But I am good at that. What are you saying?
I know that you're good. Listen, not only are you good at it, you're much better at it than me, but I don't hear you bragging. You're not like, Arthur, I invented Excel. This formula, I perfectly crafted it. It pulls data from another sheet and calculates it in combination with numerals and variables in this one.
Years ago, I did an airbrushing course, and I just wanted to learn a particular skill of airbrushing so I could apply it to my painting. And then the guy who ran the course was like, airbrushing solves all of life's problems. No matter what your issue is with an airbrush, you can solve it. And I'm like, I don't know, it's really that great a thing. No. As far as he's concerned,
open wound, airbrush.
Nothing. Exactly.
Oil tanker spill. Airbrush. Yeah, just everything just sprayed over like with a tan color. No one will know.
Everything is an illustration.
I don't know though. He might have been right in a sort of Zen way that when you let go and you just airbrush things, you release your attachment to non-airbrushing.
Wildfire, airbrush.
I used to have a friend whose mom said the same thing about cupcakes.
I mean, that's pretty much true.
Yeah, look, I choose to believe that more than the airbrushing thing.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
I choose to test that more than the airbrushing thing. To be honest, let's get scientific.
Well. Excuse me. What do the five of you intend to do?
So we were just having a quick conversation before we came back from break. While you're off, the question was, do we do the rude guessing of turn up early, so he's not quite prepared. You know, if he's challenged us at 12 o'clock, we turn up at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or the 1 o'clock, catch them unawares.
I don't know whether the problem's going to be that we've got to get across town, and I think that when we turn up for it, he's going to find out.
He's going to know, yeah. His network of spies within the city is probably going to alert him to whenever we end up getting there.
More, the thing I'm worried about is, like, if he wants a stand-up fight, we can give a stand-up fight, but we know that he can also influence our minds the same way the Green Dragon did. So how we then defend ourselves better from that?
Kick his ass.
You mean the thing you succeeded at 100% last time?
Yeah,
but that's not to say that we are. It's a game of chance, Arthur.
Okay.
The thing is, this guy has done this to, in theory, an entire city. So he's had practice, while the other dragon, I don't think, has had as much practice.
I mean, I don't got magic, so all I got is fighting.
Does it count as being charmed, this influence?
We do have Sparky.
Sparky? This is power. Is it like a charm over people? I know I'm not the best at
I'll be honest, I can't do it. I don't have that domain. So I'm not sure exactly how it works. I just know that it does work.
Well, I can try to counter charm and see if that is of any use.
And are you more resistant to charm magic in general because you're an elf?
Yes. I am more resistant to it. The weavings of words used against the mind, the projection of images, it tends to have some slight resistance, but a dragon is very powerful.
You can make an Arcana check as a elven historian and magic user about this subject.
Okay, then that's what I will do. 12.
How did you roll a 3 and get a 12?
Because I am double proficient in Arcana and have a 17 intelligence.
I'm getting real tired of this. My half proficiency, double proficiency. This is some real bullshit, All right.
Listen to the King and Star. I just have.
Oh my God.
Means. What?
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Almost like someone taking like a ballistic skill over 100 and gloating about it.
I don't think I ever got over 100, did I? I only got pretty close. With the bonuses while shooting. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Did I gloat about it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You weren't even there. You don't even know what we're talking about. But yes.
I can imagine.
It's actually the opposite, James, because that was just being good in one skill. And my problem with Guinevere is that she's good in every skill. She's not Nero. She's Andra Chiron. Who was good in every knowledge skill. All right. So, look, you don't know a lot. A 12 on such a rare subject as dragons is not great. That said, something strange has occurred to you, right? Technically, Ortholex is treating the entire city, the capital, as his lair. So, if such an effect was going to happen, it probably should have already happened the moment you entered the domain of the city.
That's it's good to know. Maybe we have some kind of resistance to it already, or
well, we have our amulets of non-detection. Maybe that does help.
Absolutely would not help you at all in any way.
Okay.
Just to be clear.
Okay,
Maybe it's because we're around Sparky, maybe.
Also didn't help you last time.
Yeah, but Sparky's gotten bigger since last time.
Yes, well, I can't say that sassily. Actually, the size of the dragon does make them stronger and give them new abilities. I have to stop myself on sassing.
I don't know. Maybe the experience with the false hydrant.
Maybe we're just awesome.
Has somehow strengthened us against such effects.
Maybe we're already being affected by it, and we just haven't.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, but we're right now we're secretly serving Orthodox while we have this fantasy in our heads of defeating him.
Oh dear.
That doesn't sound right.
All right.
I haven't had to make any Arcana rolls, so that's not right.
Look, I actually am feeling a little bit like, sorry, was it Sasha now? That maybe
only in town.
Maybe the best path is the direct path.
I do like the direct path.
I almost feel like any sort of subterfuge or obfuscation we try and play, we are not going to be as good at it as our opponents.
Yeah, he's just going to see through it. We're going to be in his lair as soon as we step foot in the city. So
yeah,
there are some benefits.
We treat the whole city as his lair. Like there's nothing we can really do.
Especially when we have to travel all the way to his estate to get to him.
Yeah, I'm concerned if more so about any traps or anything we might encounter on our way to him, to his estate.
Mm-hmm.
Because the city has a lot of like winding roads and splits and dead ends. I'd be concerned that people try to split us up.
So Sparky, despite being evil, are black dragons normally honorable?
Absolutely not. Quite the opposite.
Okay.
They revel in the destruction of everything that exists. They are the embodiment of decay and entropy itself.
So that's a no then?
Also, as evil dragons, you're asking, I assume, in a sort of godly mortality way, but they also hoard magic and use it only for themselves.
Then we have bad gassing.
Yep.
That's true evil, but you weren't asking that question.
Mm.
Probably does have bad gas.
And the only he wouldn't invite us to a fight if he felt actually threatened by us. But by the same token, it could just be hubris. Could be ego that
could be
leads him to believe that he is.
Yeah,
it's definitely a trap.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I'm voting. It's on Team Trap.
And since he has this whole city under his wing, I guess it could not just be him. It could be many, many enemies for us to tangle with.
It would be like it would be fitting to have a whole bunch of town guards, and then if we have to fight them, then we are the villains. Oh, look, we slaughtered the innocent guards who were there to protect the Lord from the assassins. And
it doesn't even have to be that. We just have to fight one guard, and we're enemies of the state.
Yes,
in a foreign country.
True. He has a lot of political power.
Yes, we one wrong move and Dragonhold is at war with the Empire.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm. And we put all those lives at risk.
Dragonhold is not ready for war.
Nope. Not yet, anyway.
So we've said that we don't think we can walk away from this without repercussions. So we either have to go into it or we have to go away. We need to decide what we're doing.
I mean, we need some way to, I would say, lure him out of the city.
The contacts that we got through our little shenanigans last time, could we call on them to help us kind of figure out if there's like a mobilization of units towards the house or his estate?
Interesting. How do you want to find that out?
You said that we had 3 people in the town last time that we could call upon because I used gold,
yes,
like
that's right.
Gold pieces.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to cash that in now?
Yeah, I'm cashing that in now.
Okay. You're heading back into town?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going with you?
Whoever wants, I guess Guineria, since we were
Sure.
kind of together last time. They
Okay.
recognize us.
If we get into trouble, I can always grab you in Dimension Door.
So Sparky and I should probably stay out for the moment because we
Yeah.
draw.
Yes.
So
A lot of attention.
Yeah.
whatever magic was keeping Sparky from notice is no longer in effect.
Yeah.
If you guys
Guineria
need me to
might-
come with you, I'll come with you.
Am I correct in thinking that you have some sort of new absurd passive perception?
Yes,
And it is.
22.
22.
I have so much to complain about this episode. Grumble, grumble.
This is why I play Dungeon Crawl Classics during the week.
Mhm,
Because then
mhm.
you don't have any of these issues.
I see. Are you Master Dwarf escorting the rest of this coterie?
I'll go with them if Kithrix feels okay staying in camp by herself.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll go back into the city with them.
As the three of you are approaching the gate, it is starting to get evening time. Torches are being lit even though they aren't strictly needed. Guineria, you are catching, well, the line is not long to get in the capital, but it is the capital, so there is a line. You are catching a conversation between the guard captain and some sort of bureaucrat with official-looking clothing. The bureaucrat is saying, now I'm telling you, if you just take the money, we can be done with this. And the guard captain goes, I'm telling you, this is the last time I want to hear from you. What you're asking for is illegal. And to be quite honest, I don't answer to your boss. I answer to the emperor. Okay? So if you don't want to be arrested for public trespass, you're going to leave here immediately. And I'm going to be looking into the city bylaws about bribery. He takes like a bunch of posters. These are not moving posters like the Chenier one, but it clearly has all of your faces on it, and he puts them on the ground, and the guard captain just steps on them and says, this is what I think about your little attempt here. These people are not imperial citizens, and to my personal knowledge, they've done nothing wrong. I am not going to be rounding them up like they're some sort of vagabonds. You're still here, aren't you? You should leave. And he pokes the bureaucrat in the chest, and the bureaucrat just says, Lord Orthodox will hear about this offense that you offer him. And he goes, Minister Orthodox isn't going to hear anything from you unless you leave right this instant.
You guys think it'd be a good idea to talk to this guard about maybe the plan that's going on, since he doesn't really have allegiances with.
I think maybe we just captured this bureaucrat.
I was gonna say, if I could-
You're still like a group or two back in the line.
Yeah.
The
but if
bureaucrat
he's
is- is retreating.
One is highly
Is-
illegal and will probably get us arrested by the same person who doesn't have allegiances with Orthodox. If we at least tell him about it, maybe he can get it to the emperor or somebody that, you know, there's this coup going on that maybe Orthodox is trying to take over something.
yeah.
Well, we're pretty sure the emperor knows and is being blackmailed.
Okay, that was the thing. Got it.
Yeah. That was Kithrix's perception of last session.
We tried. Maybe we can ask him.
As you make your way to the front of the line, one of the guard corporals comes forward, the constable, and says, it's almost setting sun time. What's your business in the city?
Come to make merry. A nice food. We've been traveling a while.
Where will you be staying?
Haven't thought of it yet. Any recommendations?
He looks to his left, looks to his right, and says, yeah, I do have a recommendation, actually. He lists the bar where you encountered the paladin in before, and he says, yeah, it's a nice place. Looks to be about in your price range, and they've got rooms upstairs if you need to get cleaned up.
Perfect. That sounds wonderful. We'll head out there immediately.
Okay. He looks all of you over and says, adventurers?
Indeed.
Try not to cause any trouble.
We will do our very best.
Wouldn't dream of it.
You
Yeah,
are
keep
given
walking.
leave to enter the city gates.
All right, we'll try to find our little.
There you go.
You tell
Trio
me
of-
about this contact you're looking for.
We probably shouldn't go back to the one in the bar just in case that guy comes back. So was there another? We didn't really clarify
You
like their
listen. You have
names or.
3 contacts. There's no names attached to them yet. You can just
Okay.
make them up.
Gotcha. Any ideas, guys?
What, any ideas for what names of the?
I
Where
really
did
want
last
to go
some
back
flag
to
dudes
that
from?
guard, but that might get us into more trouble than we want.
Okay. A name.
Maybe a
Bormos.
shop owner of some kind. They wouldn't really know about mobilization of troops, though. Adventurers Guild, maybe. That wouldn't be out of the ordinary for us to get into.
What was the name?
Bormos.
Bormos?
Bormos.
All right. You are meeting with Bormos at the Adventuring Guild.
Yeah.
It is dark now. It is a body in here. Torches, magical torches. They have a flame flicker to them, but the light they provide is as steady as electrical light. So the flame effect is mostly entertainment and also not to freak people out.
What color is the flame?
You can see that sorry?
What color is the flame?
It's like a yellow-orange.
Okay.
You can see that 2 people are currently having a brawl in the corner, and several women are trying to break that brawl up. There is also a pretty familiar looking set of goblins that are with some sort of bugbear ranger, and you can see the bugbear rangers just like, put that away. There are many magical armbands in this world, Master Goblin. The second time I've done this in this campaign. But yeah, there's very clearly an adventurer quest going on in the middle of the adventuring tavern. You can see the staff here is clearly prepared for it to be a bonkers madhouse full of drunk armed people who have no place to live and regularly kill people for money. The staff is bringing out drinks at a reasonable rate, and it looks like there's some sort of protector, Azamar, who isn't bartending, but just making sure that everybody is sober enough that they can make their way to a room. You see them, like, as you're walking in, go grab somebody and, like, drag them to a back room, and they're like, slowly talking to them, like, that's right, just vomit it all up, just get it out. We're going to lay you down in bed. We're going to charge you. We're going to charge you big. And you're not going to remember any of this.
Cleaning fees are pricey these days.
Yeah. I see you've what is it called? I want to say GoPro, but that's not right. The thing that replaced hotels. Airbnb. He's getting Airbnb'd in the Adventuring Guild. Oh my gosh, I've already forgotten this person's name. Morbo? Mormos. I want to say, just based on this name, they're either a barbarian or a wizard, so you tell me.
Wizard.
Okay. It is a dude with a black hat, and in it is a black rose flower with like little red stems coming off of it. He's a wizard in the classical like 60s and 70s adventure sense. He has a robe, but the robe only goes down like 6 or 7 inches, so it doesn't show like his pecs, but it does show his washboard abs and his absolutely jacked forearms. This dude is clearly a human in his 70s, but he's got a hand and a half sword on his back, and he's full like turkey leg, just and a big mug in front of him. He's that sort of muscle wizard, super jack dude that Gandalf could have been, but somehow didn't be. This is a real ponder the orb style wizard as well.
I
Oh,
like
he has a
him
huge
already.
white beard as well. So, yeah, you sit down across with Mormos, a drinking friend you made earlier today, and he doesn't say anything. He just acknowledges you as he does his hat bobs precariously on his head. Who's this
Shall we
guy?
get some drinks? It's a friend of mine. We're at a venturing party together.
Yeah, but who is he?
Godric Deepbottom. This is Mormos.
Oh, I heard of you. You're the goblin killer, huh?
Yep, that's what people call me.
Yeah, the exiled one kills goblins for a living.
Mm-hmm. Kill a lot of things for a living.
You know.
Anyways, Godric, can you go get us some ales and I'll give him some coin to go get us some drinks? I just want to talk to him for a second.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. For all of us.
Of course.
We need some information, and we're hoping you can help us with that.
Come to the right person.
We have word that troops may be mobilizing to the estate of Ortholax, and we just want to make confirmation that that is either true or untrue.
I haven't heard anything about troops mobilizing in the city.
What about Ortholax being at home at night at the estate? Or
I heard he was going to a theater thing tonight.
Theater. Which one? Do you know?
Think they let someone dress like this in theaters?
True.
they would let you on stage. Such a stunning performance you provide, I'm sure.
He chuckles, and then he flexes. Ugh. I hate theater.
Yes, it's not for most. Definitely not for me.
Tawdry recreation of the drama that I feel in real life. The pulse-pounding action, some out in the field.
Yeah, not everyone has the courage to
Do what we do.
venture forth and engage in great deeds, but they are happily entertained by the opinionated representation that appears on the stage. Sometimes
of
the
words.
applause is appreciated. Yes,
She
lots
does
of
that.
words.
No troops moving tonight that I've heard about. You'd hear about the guards being pulled out of the bars, for one.
True. This theater is interesting, though, and may pose a good opportunity for us. Do you know which one it is?
I'm going to make a roll. I need you to tell me even or odd.
Odd.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yep.
Karuska Theater, he says, somewhat unsteadily. I think.
Is that in a good part of town, bad part of town?
I don't think you could afford to be in that part of town.
Well, good part of town. Gotcha. Well, we appreciate the information. If you'd let us stay a while and chat about adventures, we greatly appreciate that because we drink.
Very well. I will tell you of the time I slew a half-giant with nothing but a dagger.
Sounds wonderful.
All right. You have a wonderful time with Mormos, who tells you stories that are obviously blatant exaggeration and lies.
The stories. I take them in all the same. Guineri and I can compare notes about how good his stories were later.
Probably the thing that interests you most about the stories, he's so obviously a wizard, including down to a spellbook, but in none of his stories does he actually cast magic. That is
just
the
flexes on
dead
everybody.
giveaway that whatever he's telling you is not what happened.
We'll reciprocate with stories of dragons and, our adventures.
He also believes they're exaggerated because you're telling a story about a dragon.
Yeah, well, There's a little bit of flexing in there too, so that's true. Yeah, so I just had a thought. Is Kithrick's going to be able to get into the city since it's nighttime? Do they keep it open 24/7?
No.
Fuck. All right. We should probably. I can't use the sending stone. Can I?
Well, no, did you reply to me? Because I sent one to you, but
I don't think I replied to you actually.
No.
So I could send one to you.
I insist that this message involve you sounding drunk in the process.
Kithrick's, I don't know what you're doing, but I think they close the gate at night. We're at this bar.
I think like halfway through, Godric interrupts and says, "Is that Kithrick's? Hold on, hand me the stone." Obviously drunk off his ass.
you got 6 words left.
What would Godric say with 6 words to Kithrick's?
Yeah, you're way past that.
Yeah.
We are okay. Okay, it ends then after he grabs the stone from me.
Right. So I just got an "I love you" text. Great.
So I guess
I
we'll
mean-
just wait for Kithrick's to get there because we won't really be able to do anything until tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing we can really do right now.
Unless we talk about going to the theater that night, but we're not really dressed to, and we'll probably get
We're
arrested
not
just
dressed,
going
and we
into a
both
theater.
just established that we're drunk off our ass.
Yeah, it's not like we
Yeah.
can like
Disguise
steal
kids.
him. Yeah, but there's so many witnesses there. I feel like it would just get us into more trouble than not.
Right.
I am so disappointed. I was truly expecting a insane theater deception
Listen.
plan doomed to obviously not work.
This alcohol has a lot of brain cells in them, and I'm thinking real clearly right now.
I mean, I could sneak over and do a rousing performance of the dragon who would be man.
Or we could catch him on the way back to the
Slanderous tale of a minister who bamboozles a kingdom
Ooh.
and
I like that.
threatens all of its citizens.
We would have to stop the play that's already in progress, and since we don't know anybody in there, unless one of my contacts is somebody in the theater, that last contact,
Nate Ford just shows up and he's like, "All right, it's time to steal theater production."
right?
I think our best bet would be I think you two are the two that are easiest to disguise. So I think it'd be easier for
Oh, you
two
think
to
the
stay.
one with horns and a tail is easier to disguise?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right.
I mean, the option, the other
You're
option is
already-
trying to hide my smoking half plate.
Sasha is
Oh, yeah.
already
Kind of a
disguised,
giveaway.
so it's fine.
I forgot it was.
Oh, we just
smoking.
cover you with the wet cloak. It'll be fine, Godric.
Yeah.
Like a humidor.
I think it'd be easier for you two to hide
Since we're in
with
a
disguise
player
kit.
technically already doesn't.
Yeah,
He already knows we're here, and probably would know when we get to the theater, anyways.
yeah. I think it'd be better to just wait until the morning, and then
Yeah.
you two leave the bar disguised, and then I can go wait for Kithrick's by the
And we
entrance.
meet up together at probably another inn of some kind.
Right, and then we can make our way towards the estate.
In the morning. I do want to do watches though, since he probably knows we're here. It might not be a bad idea to have one of us up at a time.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
I only need 4 hours, so I can take first and last, and you can
Okay.
just be awake in the middle.
Perfect.
I think it's great that the party decided to go into town to find new allies and ended up in a bar crawl coming up with progressively worse drunk.
I always have a plan, okay?
No one ever said it was good.
Unfortunately, that
We'll
plan
get
is always in bar
boxes and we'll
crawls.
They're
hide
all
under the
good
boxes and
points.
we'll only move when Orthlax isn't looking.
Only when the exclamation point is up. I don't know how dragon senses work. So yeah, we're gonna do that.
They have blind
A
sight, so we
nighttime,
can see through the box.
ambush in the streets is definitely.
But
not
do
a
we
good-
know that he would know that we're in the city since we're in his lair?
I do recall when I was like a teenager role playing, we used to play from like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. That we'd always come up with the worst ideas at like 5 in the morning. I recall one game where our greatest idea was to disguise ourselves as a roving barbershop quartet to try and sneak into a place.
Amazing. Innovative.
That's not the worst idea, though. If a roving barbershop quartet came to my house, I might open the door to talk to them just because I was so curious as to how a roving barbershop quartet came into existence.
And ended up at your doorstep.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty unique.
Yeah, it's not
That
every
said,
day.
I am confused as to what the plan currently is.
Wait till the morning, I guess.
All right, so Kithrix must wait outside the city alone with Sparky while the rest of you get drunk in the Adventuring Guild.
Those two get drunk in the Adventuring Guild.
All right, you wake up in the morning with a 40 gold bar bill. All of you are in a different room. Don't know how you got here.
Minus 40 gold. Got it. I'm on it.
All of you are a different tavern.
No, it's the same tavern. It's this tavern. Yeah, Sparky is with you when you wake up in the morning, and Sparky's just looking pensively up at the false dawn of the sky.
The false dawn.
Yeah, that's where the light of the sun bending from around the curvature of the earth before dawn. Sparky wakes up early.
Pre-dawn. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, false dawn. You know, James, sometimes, listen, I'm not always right, but sometimes you question things that I'm talking
No,
about
I
that
just
make me
haven't
feel
heard
like
that
I'm
term
being
before.
gaslit, and then you look them up, and I was right. It's called false dawn. It's when the sky starts lighting up before the sun
Okay.
comes over the horizon.
That was not a term that's used in this country.
It's real. False dawn. I'm Googling it.
Oh, I'm sure
Google
it's
has
real.
accepted
I'm
it.
just saying it's probably not something. It's not a term. You know.
A transient light that precedes the rising of the sun by about an hour. Boom. Also, a novel about the delusions of capitalism. Well, that's not relevant, too. Yeah, so I mean, the two of you just hanging out in the pre-dawn growing light, you know, purple turning into a sort of dark blue.
Right. So I guess knowing they're in town, they're not probably coming back. I will probably go to the gates of town eventually with Sparky.
All right. The gate guard is just looking at you showing up with a dragon and goes, "Do you have a license for that dragon?"
He's an intelligent creature. I don't. Are you endorsing slavery?
He turns and looks at Sparky and says, "Do you have a license?"
So
The two of them will enter a philosophical quandary as to the nature of dragon sentience and citizenship.
yeah, on a question about the dragons require licenses in this city. Is this some sort of like population control, or is this a racial thing?
You know what? After a few minutes of debate and you interjecting occasionally, he goes, I'll be honest with you. I know that we're supposed to know the law. I actually don't know the finer points of draconic law, mostly because there hasn't been a dragon attack in the capital ever. I guess with the dragon attacks at the edge of the borders, maybe I should be more down on this, but you know, look, I'm just saying, even if I let you in the door, it may be better for you to hide the fact that you're a giant glimmering golden dragon. You know, the populace has been really worked up lately. I'd hate for anything to happen to you. Look, I need you to stay right here. I have to go talk to my captain to see what the finer points of dragon law is. We may need to call a dragon knight.
What about I show you this? I'll show you my Imperial Sky Knight's ID.
Yeah. Oh, you also have a letter from the Emperor requesting your presence.
Oh, okay, there you go.
You
Yeah,
want to show him that?
yeah sure. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like going over to get his captain. And he turns around and like looks over your Imperial Skynet City, and he's just like, I don't know what that is. Then you show him a letter with the seal of the Emperor, and he goes, okay, just go on through. So, my apologies, ma'am.
Come on, Sparky.
Sparky's just like, I'm not sure if that was rude or not. I appreciated the vigorous debate, but also I don't like being questioned.
No, that was very racist on their part. And I say that loudly enough they can hear as we walk away.
Okay. Well, you really dunked on them. I say that as someone who was stopped for air travel for like 8 years after 9/11 because I had a beard. I somehow randomly got searched every single time.
Yeah,
Which is weird because I never got searched.
I got searched every time.
Oh yeah,
time.
when I drove a Japanese sports car, I was regularly pulled over for random checks of my car.
Yeah, sure. Ain't it the same?
Yeah.
All right, so you're loose in the city now, making your way to the adventuring guild.
To wherever the inn scenario Spencer said they were staying at was.
We probably just stayed at the Adventuring Guild. I was like, no, I don't want to leave now.
It's a rough morning. You know, people are piling out, holding like job warrants for like go outside the capital and pick this specific herb flower, and another is like hunt down rats in the northern district that have been showing up. And another is like investigate the weird magical effect driving everyone angry and insane around the
Grab that
town.
one.
We'll take that one.
Okay.
So we kill the dragon.
Double down, dude. Double down.
Pocket like a 20 gold reward for solving one of the first level adventurous things.
No,
Listen,
that one
that's
is
drinking
500
money.
gold pieces from the Imperial Academy of Science.
All right. That's drinking money. For me and Godric.
I'm like, that's got us. What about them?
Yeah, it's all right. Got our name all over it. I guess we should. Do we have like a plan when we get there? We're just gonna like arrive and then walk in.
I mean, we never formally RSVP'd like we said we were going to. We sort of
Oh, yeah.
down.
Yeah, we'll just show up. That's classic us.
Show up early and kick
Show
down the
up and give them
gate.
the old Irish goodbye.
So rude.
Yeah. Oh,
No class.
no.
Nope.
I've learned a lot from my companions, and it has been all bad. But I embrace it.
Okay. You're heading to Ortholax's Manor?
Yeah, we'll probably get there a little early.
I mean, if we're reminded about the letter, we could just say like, "Hey, let's go see the Emperor instead."
True. But the Emperor is under the control of Ortholax.
Is he?
Yeah.
Do we know that for sure?
Well, we don't know that for sure, but we
He's
have
also-
Oh,
We also know about his mystery.
that's what I was told.
His mystery, not his total kid.
well, it's the thing. He may not know about that either, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad idea to go see him.
At the same time, do you think the most powerful wizard in the land would allow him to succumb to dragon corruption?
Maybe.
I think pivoting now to go to the Emperor today is probably about the worst.
Yeah.
Like,
We'll see him
spot
after.
type.
I am 100% behind this plan. It's so crazy, it just might work.
That's what I'm
will
thinking.
it do? I don't know, but I'm 100% behind it.
That's right. Yeah, when you have a problem, set it on fire.
I'm saying
Boom, new problem.
we show up to the Emperor and then antagonize the dragon in front of him. then we can just say we were protecting the Emperor from a dragon.
Let's not antagonize any dragons. But I think the Emperor idea is a great idea, and we should have had it last night. We didn't RSVP, so we're not obliged to go to his place. What do you think?
It's tough. It's so much easier when you're like in the wilderness and you're sneaking in through, the back
We have
cavern entrance, and then you spring forth upon the sleeping dragon, waking it up and have an epic battle.
That's right.
A
We are.
tale
You're right.
from-
We're adventurers, not political operatives.
Yeah, but we have a
Yes.
piece of paper with an official seal on it. It would be like bad not to use
Okay.
it.
So we go to the Emperor summoned us.
Exactly. You can't just be like, nah.
Well, the thing is, like, so what would we say to the Emperor?
I want to see what he has to say. He summoned us. We didn't summon him.
He summoned lots of people. We weren't just us. So he was looking for people to take part in
Something.
expedition.
I don't
Is it
know.
to fight dragons?
I mean,
I'm
we're
trying
already doing
to work
that.
out what good can come of this.
I mean, what bad could come of it?
A lot.
I mean, could be a lot of good.
But that's the situation with everything we do.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So might as well.
No, there are too many innocents, too many guards, too many servants, too many officials, bureaucrats, all these people around that if something happens, we will end up hurting them. We need to find, if we know that this layer seems the heart of
We
this
know
layer is
Ortholex
probably
isn't going to be there because he's going to be at his house.
Yes.
That's
So
his
we go
house.
to his house. We go to his house and we teach him what's what.
I hate both.
Make
of
him
these
eat
plants.
lightning.
To the house it is.
You're going to the house?
Yeah.
And what time of
We know
the
it's a
day?
trap, so we simply spring it.
11 a.m.
You arrive outside the house at 11 a.m. You see the curtains next to the door flutter. The two of you that have been here already recognize the butler, and you can see he draws the curtains again. No, he's drawn them so you can't see him.
You can't see it, and he can't see us unless he's like peeking through the gap.
Is there a bell?
I mean, you have to walk down a path towards the house. There's no bell
Oh,
at the
there's
end
no
of
Walk
the
gate.
path.
towards the path down the hall.
There's no
so
gate
we have
either.
access.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't
We
even have to
walk.
go through the front door.
No.
Ooh. How does that work?
You have a lawn. You walk
Oh,
Around.
Yeah, I just walk around.
to where?
You use
I think we-
deck cord to create a new door.
I thought like we walked through a magical portal and we end up in the house.
Yeah.
Don't even
I've
have
got
to use
two.
the door.
You have got 2 rings of the ram.
That's true.
I do.
Blow open
I'll open
sides
that
of
door real good.
Yeah, that's right. You could totally what's the man that bursts through walls?
Kool-Aid Man?
from the-
Kool-Aid. Oh yeah. Not today. I'm trying to keep
Well,
it kosher.
if they're not opening the front door, we could just peruse the grounds. Maybe we could find a
Well-
different entrance.
We can go over and knock anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely knock.
You are approaching, and as you approach, 2 people with ridiculously high passive perceptions are hearing the butler distant from the door loudly shouting, "They're here early. We didn't anticipate this. Get the carriage and go immediately. Take the package. I have the note right here. This needs to reach the Emperor immediately. It has to be done as soon as possible, or the Lord will be in a lot of trouble."
We need to intercept that.
You wing of the ram, the carriage.
Yeah.
Is there like a carriage house
carriage
as
house,
part
yes.
of the?
Yep.
Yeah.
Off to the
All
side.
right. Okay.
Can we intercept the package? I want to intercept the package.
Yeah. So I guess some of us split off to go to the carriage house, while the others are going towards the door.
So I'm saying the group is standing at the door, and the people with really high passive perception can
Yeah,
hear
this,
this
yeah.
through
Within
the
the
door.
door.
The others
Got it.
cannot.
Yeah.
So
I'm
who
saying
is
that
splitting off to go to the carriage house?
Or we could just bust in right now.
No, I feel like whatever is going to the carriage house, we need to stop that first.
All right.
Yes.
I'll go to the carriage house.
We're in a dragon lair. I don't think we should split up. I think we should all go to the
No,
carriage
Sparky
We
house.
all go to
also
the
agrees
carriage
to go to
house.
the carriage house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then. All right. Well, let's all go to the carriage house.
Yeah,
then.
let's do
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
There is a
Guneria, could you minor illusion us still standing at the door?
Yes, it could.
all right. So a group of you are standing at the door, and that will remain there as long
Can
as
you
you
make me
remain
look
within
really
like 60
sassy?
feet of it. The rest of you are moving
It'll
together.
give us 60 feet. It'll give us a little bit of time.
You
Yeah.
go around the corner to the carriage house, where you see someone who looks like a carriage driver directly out of something like, oh my gosh, I had the name Bonneville. What's the Netflix series about the really
Bridgerton?
sexual? Sorry, Bridgerton, yes, it's a Bridgerton.
Bridgerton, yeah.
They're wearing, socks that go way past their knees, like floral yellow suit with a large bonnet, very Guineria right on her head right now. Bonnet, sitting very prim and properly with very nice dress shoes, reins in his hand with 2 horses to the carriage. The door to the carriage is open, and it looks like the carriage driver is looking. So you're approaching him. He's looking to his left into the house. And you can hear people calling out to him like, wait, we're coming. It needs to be done now. And he's just like, oh, I didn't know I'd be taking the carriage now. Very well. Sorry, there are some guests approaching me. Hello, guests. Can I help you? You should be going to the front door. I'm afraid this is the servant entrance.
We have some business over here.
All right, you're approaching aggressively, and the carriage. I mean, I'm looking at your face right now, Bearded. So this guy is now starting to sweat, and he goes, hello, in the house. I'm being approached by some threatening people with weapons and a dragon. I shall require aid now.
How close are we?
How close do you want to be?
Are we within 30 feet?
If you want to be within 30 feet, you are.
Okay, I misty step so that I appear right next to him onto the carriage.
Hello.
So are
puppet.
you on the bench or are you on the carriage top behind him?
I'm on the carriage top behind him. I'm going to kneel
He
down
hears
and go,
No, he hears the sound of you arriving, the thump of your boots, and he goes, one of them just stepped behind me out of mist like magic, and she's making a shushing noise towards me. I'm afraid my employment contract may be up very shortly unless I receive some help. So you see a sort of scullery maid come out with a broom. She looks like she's about 16, 17, and she goes, Get going with you, the 5 of you. And she starts approaching Sparky and is like using the broom as if he's just a giant rat. Go! Get out of here! Go! You're not welcome in this establishment. Don't make me call the constables! This is not a crack security team responding to this incident.
Obviously not.
I'm more interested in pushing past it whatever he was talking to see, because if they were about to bring something out, I want to know whatever that
You
is.
see, as you push past, your passive perception is high enough that you see on the floor of the carriage, there is a large key-shaped object wrapped in gift wrap paper with a bow ribbon tied to it. And approaching from the opposite direction inside the house through the kitchen is the butler with a silver tray with a card on it. He sees the 5 of you, he starts sweating, and he begins running, and you can hear him shout, get ready to go with the carriage right now, get ready to go. He's trying to rush past Kithrix.
I'll use Hugh to just go ahead and break the wheels of the carriage.
All right. The butler just stops when you do that. He's been defeated in social combat.
We did it.
Social combat.
I am defeated. Good job, guys. Time for that Irish goodbye.
Yeah,
Can I see what's inside the present?
it's the key to the city.
It's the key to the city.
yeah.
Oh, got it.
You walk
Yes.
in there, you rip open. It's very obviously the key to the city.
All right. Can't touch that now.
I mean, you've just touched it. You asked me to open
Wait.
it. You've touched it.
Oh.
Sparky,
Fuck.
are
just like-
dragons immune to dragon curse? Like, what happens if you take from a different dragon's horde?
Oh, I'll be fine.
Oh, here's a key for you.
Okay, he eats it.
I toss him the key. Nailed it. Second win of the day.
When that happens, the butler goes, whew, thank God you did that. We would have been in real trouble if you hadn't done that.
He can regurgitate what he eats.
You've already stolen the key. Thank you so much.
What do you mean, thank you so much? Why?
He just picks the card up, laughs, and throws it on the ground. Oh, I wish I could say this was a setup, but you have managed to play yourselves. Lord Ortholax will be very pleased with this. He just turns and goes back inside.
I'll pick up the
I
note.
will shoot him with an arrow to try and like pin him. Like, I'm not trying to kill
Okay.
him. I'm trying to.
You like hit him in the shoe or something, or catch
Yeah,
his
that's right,
leg.
yeah.
and- yeah. All right. Let's
Go for his
roll it.
Achilles tendon.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the note say?
The
We're gonna
note
go down
says,
first, right.
my great and divine grace, the son of the Empire, I am afraid at this moment that I must return the key to the city and all of the responsibilities to you, and with it reduce my domains. Signed, Lord Ortholex.
So does that mean the domain is Sparky's now?
I mean, did
However
the
that
Emperor
works.
justly give Sparky the key to the city?
No.
But it does mean that by stealing the key, Ortholax's domain no longer extends to the whole capital.
Interesting. Well, that's a win.
27.
Win's a win.
Yeah, you absolutely just fucking nailed this guy to the ground. He goes, sorry, do you know how much it costs to repair these dress pants? That's incredibly rude.
All right, the next one goes through your arm and lets you start talking. Where is Ortholax?
He's downstairs, right where you knew he'd be.
So confused.
Look, do you not want to be free or what?
What do you mean, be free? I mean, you're the one that's trapped me here. You shot an arrow into the ground.
That's not. Oh.
Sorry, do you think we're accidentally working for Ortholax? I'm well rewarded.
Is there anybody else in the
The
house?
scullery
besides-
maid is still trying to push Sparky with the broom, by the way.
I'll
That
just
has
take the
not
broom off
stopped.
I'll take the broom and I'm gonna take the broom and I'll just
Or,
break it in half.
or Sparky takes it. He's got strength 16.
No, one of you takes it and breaks it in half. And she goes, well then, you're a real nutter, aren't you? So rude.
Go back to your business.
She just says, I'm going to go get the constables. She starts marching down the road.
Nope.
She marches down the pathway to the road.
I'm just gonna grab her and tie her hands behind her back.
Okay. She begins screaming that she's being kidnapped. By
I'm putting her in the carriage and closing the door.
That will not reduce the sound very much, but very
That's
well.
okay. At least I know she ain't going nowhere.
I mean, you say that the
There's
carriage
three
drivers...
servants here. Can we manhandle them into the house?
Yes.
Alright.
You've done so.
Alright.
The butler seems the most nonplussed by the situation, but he's also pissed that his trousers have been torn.
I'll walk over to him. I take out my flame tongue. I ignite it.
Mhm.
And I say, I just burn them off.
Sorry, are you threatening to get into my pants?
No, I'm threatening to set you on fire. Do you know who Lord Ortholax is?
Yes.
Are there any other troops besides Ortholax here?
Sorry, troops?
Guards, hired hands.
Supporters.
I don't feel like I need to tell you any of that. You are intruders inside this mansion. You were even given an invitation and you decided to assault the staff here.
Let's rephrase some of these questions.
Yeah.
Are you aware Lord Ortholax is a dragon?
Yes, of course.
They're voluntarily here.
Mhm.
You hear someone outside the house at one of the nearby, like along the road. You hear someone just begin vomiting.
Peek through the drapes.
You see that it looks like someone is day drinking. You know, it's
As you
real
do.
early morning. They're vomiting. They take a sip from a flask and they go, "Whoa, that didn't make it better. Whoa, it's worse."
Any ideas, Kithrix?
Is this something to do with the effect on the city?
As you're watching, despite the fact the sun is rising over the horizon, fog is forming around the house out of nowhere in every direction for miles.
Right. We better get downstairs.
Ortholax, yeah. Carefully.
Panera, I know you like to punch things. Can we knock these people out?
I just want to imagine you're like, whoa.
Whoa.
It's literally just like comic book. Pow, bam, boom.
Exactly.
You find your way to the obvious cellar entrance. As you are making your way down there, you can see that the wooden handrail has vines that are actively growing on it, and then flowers are blooming and then dying and rotting as you are walking past them. Moss is growing on the cellar like rock walls between the bricks.
What
Just-
metallic dragon has acid breath? Is it brass?
I'm not sure.
Just real quick, before we even go down in the cellar, do we just want to like pull the servants out and then just set the house on fire?
What? We're in the house.
It's
I
a
know.
very Call of Cthulhu approach.
I mean, listen, he's
No,
either
we need to
gonna burn in the
defeat him.
house.
We need to defeat him and in combat, not destroy the neighborhoods, because
What
then we
neighborhood?
will be.
He's got
Illis-
listen. He's in the center of this estate. Like, we just burn the house down. Whatever trap he's got waiting for us is burned down with it. It's obviously not going to kill him, but what's he going to do? He's either going to walk out of the fire as an old man, which is
It's
super
gonna
suspicious.
set a
or he's
lot of
gonna come out
attention
of the
to
fire.
us. The constables are going to come. There's like a lot of people that are going to come.
Yeah, they're
To
going
the
to come, and
house.
we can just be like, "Look, we pulled these people out of a burning building."
Copper is
Oh,
acid.
it's-
And then they
it's
wake up
copper,
and
yeah.
they say that we hit them. No, we must kill the
Yeah,
dragon.
because they're not under his spell. They're just going to be like, they burned down the house. What the hell?
Can I change Sparky's aspect to copper?
Okay. Copper. It starts at the snoot all the way to the tail. All of his scales change.
Nice.
That's very cool.
We delve deeper into the dungeon.
As you head down, all of you hear a voice calling out from a room ahead of you in the cellar that says, "Unbelievable. I can only assume that you have somehow stolen the key, which in effect has reduced the size of my lair from the entire city to this building, which means I can do this." And that's where we're going to end the episode.
Damn it!
Told you guys, just burn the
Yeah.
house down.
Surrender. So he's going to surrender.
Surrender.
It's like Pokemon. Just press the run button.
Well. Are we good for next week?
I believe so.
It's Dragon Battle time.
Yep.
See?
Get your spells and your swords ready and sharpened.
Yep.
You better hope that
Thanks.
at least one person rolls an initiative higher than 20, because 20 is when layer actions start, and he's opening
Yeah.
with a layer action.
Figured as much.
Listen, I was shocked when you took the key and you gave it to Sparky. I was like, literally, the only way to make this bad for you is to
Oh.
feed it to Sparky. How could you do this to me?
Listen,
If you hadn't done anything, that's the thing. If you just let them go, it would have taken them the full hour to get the letter, and the whole city would have been his lair until the moment the Emperor received it. I'm sorry. I know it's really shitty of me to be laughing at it like this, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna give them a boon, and they'll be like, cool, we did, we didn't intercept the thing. Now we understand how the lair works, etc. And you guys are like, we steal it and eat it, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Well, I mean, there's no D&D mechanic which actually changes the power of a dragon based upon the size of their lair. So, I mean, we didn't have any sort of knowledge
Sure.
to give us either that
Yeah, I
is
don't know
right,
how
you know,
layers
so-
work.
Sure, I'm making stuff up out of my ass, but it's magic,
Yeah.
so you can do whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
sorry,
like
definitely. Yeah.
it's not like someone handed Gary Gygax, who was like, "This is how Mordenkainen's spells work." Like they
Yeah.
made it up as
But,
they went.
but in my mind, reducing the size of the lair would reduce the dragon's power, not the other way
that's
around.
what I'm saying.
It increases
that-
the density of the power within it.
Okay, so I don't think any of us went on that assumption. I think we all
Yeah.
assumed that small lair equals better for us.
The great news is that the capital has been saved with this one action.
It's like a pizza. If I take away some of the pizza, there's still the same, density of pizza. I didn't realize I fold the pizza and make the pizza thicker.
You're making
You just talking about you just made a calzone.
at
You
it.
just invented a calzone.
Exactly.
Arthur, it's really simple. We torment you with all of our ability.
And you torment us with
Ridiculous.
smart stuff.
Yes. We game our characters so well, and you just
did.
have to
You did.
throw
You'd
back.
think with that 24 perception, we would have saw that coming.
You saw a lot coming. There were just whole points of the story was like, you don't need a roll to see this. You don't need a roll to punch a young woman. You just do things because you're strong adventurers and very observant. We're doing another layer battle. Oh boy,
Do it.
it's gonna be a big one.
So what's interesting is that we were told that the black dragon will be as powerful as the green dragon. The green dragon wasn't powerful enough to have lair actions, so somebody lied to us.
False information.
I
that
believe,
might not
if you'll
have been the green
recall, the green dragon was powerful enough to have layer actions. The room began filling with water.
Oh, sorry, I did have legendary actions. Sorry,
Yes.
didn't have legendary actions. Yeah.
No one lied.
Dragon battle. Dragon battle. Dragon battle.
I mean, I lie to you all the time. I tell you there's a dragon in front of you, when obviously all there is a computer monitor, but people believe me, so I assume I can tell them anything. That truly is one of the worst jokes I've ever made. Any closing thoughts before we wrap up this particular one?
I mean, I love the chaos. I love the chaos of this group sometimes. Like, just seat of the pants. That's just Leroy Jenkins this shit.
Got to pick a plan eventually. Leroy seems to be working out so far.
Oh, okay. We'll be back for Dragon Battle next time. Friends at home,
Sounds good.
have a good time zone.
Woo.
Is that the stream ending stream? That's crazy.